Hello, hello. Okay, so maybe we have to do that once again. Sound is not coming. Okay, I still can't hear anything. What's wrong? I can say everything is working on this side. Oh, fine, it's working. Fine, it's working. Great. So we are live again after 1.5 months, and today we'll do a Q&A session. So now you can expect regular updates on this channel of different videos, different topics. There are so many things I will talk about, and of course I can talk about that now as well. But it makes much more sense when we once we start pushing the videos, we'll do that in the videos. It will make much more sense. Okay, so let me pick up questions. I will just hop towards the video. I don't know where the video is. When I searched about it, it is not showing anywhere. I mean, yeah, so I can see that video now, and great. So a lot of people are watching. So yes, I will be taking up your questions. Before going for the questions, I want to talk about where was I. So I was busy with one of the project. In fact, two projects. One was the training for a company, and the second one was quite a content related, but not everything I can reveal now. But yeah, so I was busy with some projects, and now I can focus on YouTube as well. Uh, yeah, a lot of things are happening in the personal life as well. Things are not that good. It's not that like I'm busy somewhere, but I'm mentally not up to it. I'm trying to. In fact, this is one thing I want to talk about from a long time. It's very important for anyone to, uh, even to do the work. You need to be mentally prepared. You need to be mentally all right. And I'm finding it difficult to focus on my work, but we'll try. I will try to get things sorted soon. And yeah, so a lot of things coming up in future. I'm also going live on LinkedIn, but I can't see the notification on LinkedIn. I don't know what is going wrong with LinkedIn there. Normally on YouTube it's very easy to find, but I don't know. The same streaming is happening on LinkedIn, and if anyone is watching this on LinkedIn, just give hi on in my messages so that I will know if something is happening. Yeah, it says Sunday Live is going on LinkedIn, and yeah, I can see some people are watching this. That's great. So I got few questions. So yeah, I'll be taking questions from both the platforms, from YouTube and from LinkedIn, and let's see if I can answer all the questions here. So before going ahead, just hit the like button, everyone, so that it motivates me to to make more content and come more often live on this platform. In fact, there were so many things I wanted to do on YouTube. I wanted to go live every day in this pandemic. I wanted to make more videos. I wanted to work on multiple projects, but I don't know. Maybe working from home is not something I'm liking about, or I don't know. Let's see. So let me pick up some questions from YouTube first, and let me take the first question here. Java or Kotlin? See, Java is there from a long time, so if you want to learn a language, of course, Java will make much more sense. But once you know Java, it's good to also upgrade yourself to Kotlin, because whatever new projects you will be working on, maybe most of the frameworks or libraries, they will be supporting Kotlin as the first preference. It's not that they are not compatible with Java, but Kotlin will be preferred. In fact, when even if you go for blockchain, there are certain frameworks which is moving towards Kotlin. Okay, so I can see a lot of messages on LinkedIn. Let me just mute it. Yeah, so I'll be picking up some questions from LinkedIn as well. So yeah, so initially if you want to learn a language, go for Java, but once you know Java, don't stop there. Also learn Kotlin. Which company pays highest salary for the freshers? This question is from Saurabh. Saurabh, the thing is, in this pandemic, things are going very bad for some of the companies. Most of the companies have seen they are either cutting the salary or they are doing layoffs, and some companies are not even hiring. But so maybe we have to survive this pandemic. So the best way to think about job now is not about payment or how much you will get paid or which company should be preferred. The first preference should be given to your skill set. See whatever skill set you have, and based on that skill set, whatever profiles you can grab and whatever company you can get into. Try to get into product based companies irrespective of the salary. Maybe you can try startups. That's the first step. So go for startups because that's where you will learn a lot. Now the only thing is, due to pandemic, things are different this time. Even the startups are finding it difficult to survive. But again, is it the risk you want to take, or do you want to play safe? If you want to play safe, of course, you can go for product based companies and expect a good salary. If you want to be more safe, go for service based companies and expect less salary, but jobs are a bit secure there, safe. Okay, why don't you? Okay, there's a question about IntelliJ. It just went up. It was something with why don't I use IntelliJ? See, I do use IntelliJ. So when I work on my corporate projects, we do get license from them, the client. So maybe if we are working on their machines, if we are working on their virtual environment, they will be giving us IntelliJ. So by default, I'll be using IntelliJ. For my personal projects, also sometimes I prefer to use IntelliJ. But the thing is, the IntelliJ idea, the ultimate version is a paid version, right? And when I want to make a video, I will go for the open source. I will go for the free one because it makes much more sense for me to use open source so that when you learn, you don't have to buy IntelliJ, right? Of course, once you start making projects and once you start earning, you can spend on that, but not initially. Yeah, let me pick up some more questions from LinkedIn. So I can see, okay, a lot of people are watching this. That's great. How many is the count? LinkedIn also works good. Okay, someone says I'm not audible. I think it should be audible now because there was an issue earlier, but now it should be audible. Okay, live on LinkedIn. I can only see hi, there's no question. Yeah, there's a question from Yashwant. How much Python is required for 3 years experienced? So, first of all, you need to be good with the basics of Python, the language fundamentals. The next thing is you need to understand some libraries. Now, depending upon what type of projects you want to build, maybe the project are of type web development, then you have to learn Django or Flask. If you are getting into machine learning, then you should be knowing the algorithms of machine learning and then some models. If you are doing, let's say, data visualization, so you have to learn that library. So whatever field you are into, it's not that you should know all the libraries, but you should be good with some of them, depending upon whatever project you want to get into. Okay. Next question is what to learn in big data. So big data has some platforms, some frameworks like Hadoop or Spark. You can learn them. So learn a language first, maybe R, Python, because they are the quite famous languages for big data. In fact, Java was also there, but the way Python is overtaking everything now, Python and R, especially in big data and machine learning, I would say go for that one. And then learn a framework like Hadoop or Spark. I'm not sure if we have some new frameworks for big data, not in big data from a long time. Question on YouTube is, okay, where the questions are going up so fast. Okay, question from Space Edge Pro is how to manage JEE Prep and CS. I'm not sure about JEE Prep. I've never tried even for IITs when I was doing my schooling. But yeah, for computer science, I would say this is the best time to learn something, to learn a programming language, because there are so many platforms, there are so many resources available. Yeah, now since we are talking about computer science, since we are talking about schools, recently, I'm seeing a lot of ads going on maybe on Hotstar, on YouTube, on TVs about make your kid a programmer and maybe make your kid as an entrepreneur at the age of 7. See, that's a good thing, I always believe if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to do something, age is not a criteria. But if you want to be an entrepreneur just by learning a language, can you be an entrepreneur? Of course not. If that's the case, everyone who did a graduation engineering would be an entrepreneur now, right? See, to be an entrepreneur, to get successful in the IT industry, you need to know a lot of different things, just not just coding language. Uh, Maybe it can be the software engineering concepts. It's maybe understanding the domain. Let's say if you want to make an application for Paytm, like let's say you want to copy Paytm. Do you really think just by learning a language you can build a Paytm? Even if you can do that, will your company or whatever you say, will it work? Of course not. There are a lot of business things happening behind the scene. You need people to work on that. You need. So example, even if you talk about Paytm, they have a huge team who went to the shopkeepers to get installed so that customers will use it. So we don't use Paytm just because it is available. We use Paytm because it is available on every shop. So whenever you go to whenever you go to medical shop, or when you go to let's say grocery, you have an option of Paytm there, and that's why we use it, right? So it's not just about building an application; it's also about the business aspects of it. Uh, so maybe if you really want to prepare yourself, don't just learn a language, don't just learn about IT, also learn about domains around you. That's how you will get ideas if you want to build something. See, the thing is, in the IT industry, you basically try to solve the problems, right? But then you can only solve those problems when you know the problem, right? When you need to understand the problem first. You have to understand the domain. You have to look around, when you look at the banking industry, when you look at the health industry, when you look at, let's say, education industry, you have to understand the problem first before giving the solution. So you can learn that first. But yeah, if you're working for a company, you don't have to worry much about that, because in a big enterprise, they have their own people who will be doing the analysis for you. You just have to code for them. But if you're an entrepreneur, you have to know a lot of different stuff. Okay. So question from Mohammed Manowar. Okay. And the question is, can you teach BCA important syllabus, please? In fact, just to let you know, I used to visit colleges before as a guest lecturer for BCA as well. And I have taken a lot of subjects there, maybe C programming or data structures or Java. I used to enjoy that time of mine in year 2014-15. But now coming to YouTube, I'm not here to help you with your syllabus. I'm not here to help you with the exams perspective. I'm here to help you in general about technologies. If you want to get a job, if you want to get into this IT world, what are things are required? Let's say if you want to learn Python, where to learn from that? Of course, from this channel. Right? So those things I want to focus more on, not on the specific syllabus per se. Okay, next let me pick up some questions from LinkedIn. What's the future of WordPress? Not sure. I have, to be very honest, I have never used WordPress. I always had this belief, if some of my friends after graduation, they called themselves as web developer, and what they were doing is building websites on WordPress. WordPress is not. I mean, if you're working on WordPress, you will not call yourself as a programmer. Yes, you're a developer because you're developing something, but you're not coding there, right? You're not writing codes. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a way of editing that, but not a big fan of the WordPress. I'm not sure what future it will have. But sure, the moment you say WordPress, there are multiple options. Maybe there will be some other technology, other website which will overtake WordPress. Okay, next question from YouTube, and the question is, questions are just going very fast way. This is from Muttu, and the question is, what about basics of Python? What after basics of Python? So in fact, there's a video, right? So if you have seen my playlist on Python, there's a video, what after Python. That video answers everything, so you can watch that one. So if you even if you search for Telescope what after Python? That should be the first video. Question from LinkedIn, and the question is, this is from Rana again, and the question is, have to offer one as an entry level Java developer and one as a cloud strategy, non-technical, what to take. That depends. It's very straightforward. If you love programming, of course, you should go for the Java development one because that's where you will explore your skills on programming. But if you're someone who don't like programming, of course, you should choose the other option, the cloud strategy one. Again, both the fields are great. It depends upon if you love programming. Given a choice, I would go for Java developer because I love programming. But maybe if you don't like programming, that's fine. Not everyone has to be a programmer. If you don't like programming, you can go for cloud strategy. Question from Marathi Python, and the question is future of blockchain tech. See, everything has whatever technology is coming up, they have a great future. Maybe it is AI, machine learning, or blockchain, or IoT. It's just that it takes time. So even if whatever technology we are seeing now, they have taken some time to emerge in the market, right? It may be computers itself. Computers were there from a long time, but it took a lot of time for even computers to get into the market, the mass market, which we call nowadays. Same goes for the cloud. Cloud was there from a long time, but it took a lot of time for companies to adopt it. In the same way, blockchain is new. Okay, when I say it's new, it's there from almost 10 years now, but from last 2 to 3 years, it's getting a lot of hype. And in fact, it has also crossed that hype cycle now. It's actually into production in most of the companies. Okay. Next question from LinkedIn. Okay, where are the questions on LinkedIn? Everything looks weird on LinkedIn. Okay, let me go back to YouTube again. Okay, we got super chat from Siddesh. Thank you so much, Siddesh, for the super chat. Always helpful. Okay. Questions are just going very fast today. Question from Samik. If I want to learn JavaScript, is it necessary to learn Java? Of course not. I know it's confusing looking at the name. JavaScript has Java in it, but no, it's not compulsory. So Java is a language for servers, for mobile applications. JavaScript was mainly built for web client, but now JavaScript is used everywhere. So it's not compulsory to use JavaScript, or it's not compulsory to use to learn Java to learn JavaScript. Great. We got another super chat from Onkar. Thank you so much, Onkar, for the super chat. And the question you have is, sir, is it required to learn all databases like Hibernate, ORM, Spring, JDBC, JPA, or is mostly used in the industry? What you suggest? Okay, see, the thing is, when you talk about Hibernate, ORM, Spring, they are not databases. They are the tools and the frameworks to talk to database. The actual DBMS would be maybe MySQL, Oracle, or maybe NoSQL. So all these things which are talked about, they are the tools. So the question is it necessary to learn them? Not all will be required for your project, but you will not, you don't know, right, what kind of project you will be getting into. So maybe there are some projects which will be using only Hibernate. They will not be even using a Spring framework, maybe a simple Java application with Hibernate. So if you're learning Hibernate, of course, ORM is a concept behind it. So you will not simply learn Hibernate, you will also understand ORM first. Spring JDBC depends, if the project is built on Spring and then you don't want to use Hibernate, of course you will use Spring JDBC and JPM in that case. Okay, we got another super chat from Duggal, and the question is, I'm a data analyst with 7 lakhs package, that's great. As a fresher, I want to switch to software development, preferably a web developer. Please guide, should I switch? Can I get the same package? I'm not sure about the package, but of course you can switch. The thing is, 7 lakhs package is a very good amount. in current standards, I don't know which company you have joined, but 7 lakhs package is good as a fresher. Now, when you switch to different company, it depends. They will hire you with this same package. Maybe if you're a good web developer, and that too, what technology they are working on and what you know. So make sure that you learn about new web technologies, maybe Node.js or maybe Django Flask, and then you can try, or maybe Spring Framework for that matter. I can't say about package, but yes, some companies do offer more than that. I've seen for web development they even get 10 lakhs package or 2 lakhs package, and I've even seen 2 lakhs package. So it all depends upon your skill set and which company you are approaching. Okay, I can see a lot of people are watching this. Hit that like button, everyone. Come on. And we also have a like option on LinkedIn if you're there on LinkedIn, everyone. Okay, next question from LinkedIn. Let me just pick up one. Okay. Okay, it's not much questions here. Let me go back to YouTube. And the question is, do one video on unit test in Python. Yeah, that should make sense, right, Sai? Because when you build an application, it's also important to get test cases for it. Sure, makes sense. We'll try to do that. Okay. Umesh says, in which state you stay in? I'm in Maharashtra now. I mean, of course, I'm born and brought up in Maharashtra, specifically Mumbai. Can you teach data science? I had a plan of making the videos for data science, but there's so many things I want to focus now. Data science is not in the list. So maybe as of now, there's no. There will not be any videos on data science. There may be in future, not soon. Question from Shubham. Sir, please make Django website development tutorial with or deployment. Okay, let me try deployment as well. Okay, tips on problem solving. The more you do it, the more expert you will be. And also what you can do is you can just go to hackathons, maybe HackerRank, HackerEarth, participate in different competitions or try different problems. That's how you do it. That's how you learn about problem solving skills. Okay. Last few questions before we go. Okay, where are the questions? Just they need to do something about this YouTube. It goes way up every time I scroll. Okay, next question is Aryan Gupta says MacBook Air or custom PC for programming. See, if you're working from home now, it's the best thing. It's the best thing to go for PCs. PCs are of course faster than any laptop. So with the same price, you will get a better screen. You can buy a big monitor. You can have a good setup. But yeah, if you want to travel, of course you should go for a laptop, right? But yeah, if you want to buy a MacBook, why not? Just enjoy. But yeah, in terms of performance, PC, because currently for streaming as well, I'm using my desktop. So because for streaming as well, I don't know how much resources it is using. So machine always performs better. So the same. So now it is consuming 28% of my CPU power now with this Wirecast software. But if I do the same thing on my MacBook, it takes down 90% of the CPU. With hyperclocks basically. So better to go for PCs. Okay, next question is, okay, just went up. Something was with favorite word, but yeah. A question from Pranay is, what is your favorite programming language? Personally, I love Java, but yeah, Python is also good. Yeah, but personally, I love Java. Okay, so is there any future of JavaScript? Yes, it has a very good future because now you can build the entire website using JavaScript from front end to back end, everything. So yeah, it's a great language. In fact, normally I was not active on YouTube and I was not active on Telegram as well. But recently I started doing this on Telegram. I normally post a question or a video, which will keep you engaged in learning new content. It will keep you, it will have some fun, maybe QA session, something like that. So what I can do is I can just type the link of Telegram. So if you are using Telegram, you can also connect there so that you can answer some questions, and maybe I can keep you busy while to learn something new. So yeah, I'm sending some message on YouTube chat. It's basically a link. I don't know where that link went. Yeah, let me know if you can see that link. I just pasted it as it entered. Okay, next, teach OpenCV. I'm not into the computer vision or machine learning, so I will not be doing that soon. But yeah, so just going to read out. So you can just say t.me, or you can go to Telegram and search for Telesco official. Telesco without space official, O capital, if it is case sensitive. So I'm there on Telegram, and normally I go for QA sessions there. Not QA session, questions, and you have to answer. More like a poll. Where do you work? Question from Akash. I have my own consultancy. I do freelancing for companies, a lot of different stuff. Okay, last one question and then we are done. After a long time, I'm sitting in front of a camera. That's weird. Actually, I had done some sessions, but not on YouTube. Okay. Your class's address? I don't have a class. I don't have an institute. May I know your hat brand? Even I'm not sure which brand it is. I just bought it from Amazon. So why I bought this is because of the lights. I'm not a big fan of hats anyway. But if you see, it reflects here. So I don't know which brand it is. There's no brand. It's a cheap hat from Amazon. No brand. Maybe I can draw a brand name there. Yeah, so that's it from today. We'll connect again next week. I'm trying to coming back on YouTube from after a long time. So yeah, if you enjoy the live session, hit that like button, everyone, and see you in the next live session. It's already been 30 minutes. So see you in the next live session. I know I'm not able to answer all, but that's fine. We'll see you next time. Bye bye, everyone.